Hello Internet, my name is Zimos HD. Today I'm going to be talking about the, this is a pretty hot button topic on the internet right now. The, Steven Crowder and Carlos Maza beef, if you say. Now, the drama started on May 30th when Carlos Maza posted a message on Twitter talking about how Crowder was bullying and harassing him for being homosexual. Crowder swiftly made a response video claiming that this was just him trying to get YouTube to censor him and other conservative views. So the real question is where do I stand on this? Well, obviously not with Crowder. Now, if you don't know who Crowder is a borderline white nationalist-leaning reactionary. That's what he is. He's been getting further and further to the right over the years. But the thing is that he's become more covert with it, right? So, before, he would make videos like what I'm about to show you, this is a video of him against gay marriage. The ironic part is that he claims in this video that you can make logical arguments against gay marriage. Now, there is no logical argument against gay marriage, right? Come on, there's no logical argument against it. It's just, no, gay people should be allowed to get married. But that's not what Crowder does. Most of the video was just mocking and sneering, just like he does with, everything. And when I show you this video, you'll notice a similar pattern. So let's go ahead and show you that, shall we?
Homophobe! If you don't support gay marriage, that's what you are. The left uses it all the time. If you don't agree with the homosexual bully pulpit 100% of the time, you're homophobic. Forget about any logical objections or counter-arguments to things like same-sex marriage. You're simply afraid of the gays. If gay people want to get married or get together, they should have a civil partnership. Heterosexual people get married, we can have civil partnerships. Spoken by Elton John, folks. But he must be one of those self-loathing homos. Or maybe, just maybe, he's illogical in his thought process and that giving same-sex partnerships the same status as marriage may have more serious repercussions than we thought. Just how many Americans are opposed to gay marriage? Why is there a comparable majority of Americans that support same-sex civil unions? I'm gonna go with they must be racist, homophobic hate mongers. Which leads me to question 1. How about you? Are you for or against gay marriage, and why? Let me know. Alright, let's assume for a second that you declare marriage a fundamental civil right for everybody. Well then, what happens if a church decides that they don't want to marry two dudes? You can't deny people their civil rights. It's the law. So technically, if a church were to follow its own doctrine, they'd risk losing their tax-exempt status. And without a tax-exempt status, a church would cease to exist. So essentially, the government would be infringing upon the church. Isn't that a violation of one of the amendments or something? But liberals would never admit that. See, they always assume the worst possible motive when it comes to a conservative viewpoint. Example. I completely disagree with Obama's policies. Why? Just because he looks different from you? No, not at all. Actually, I think his ideals are misguided and ultimately dangerous for racist! It's about common decency, folks. And while we're on the subject, I'm very opposed to most practices of the Gay Pride Parade. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't want to see this rolling down my street. I don't know, is it me? How does a waxed naked dude in body glitter make anybody proud? Which leads me to question 2. Can one feel this way, or does that make them homophobic? Why not just have a normal parade? You don't see any others getting away with this. Merry Christmas! Here's my way! Oh, come on down to the parade and take a gander at St. Patty's Irish meat and potatoes. Oh, pipe down, the lot of ya!
So yeah, judging from that whole crap-ass video, you can see why I didn't talk over it. Because if I did, we would have literally had spent probably like 30 minutes just dismantling that video. I had to do it quick and rapid. Anyways, so yeah, we see that his homophobia has always been persistent. But, like, just think about it for, like, a second. Like, think about the insults he was using, you know? He was attacking the gay pride parade. He was saying that, you know, how, well, I'm not exactly homophobic for not liking gay marriage. Okay, I just don't want it to be where gay people can get married. Which, thankfully, you know, everyone else disagrees with you, especially Congress. Now, what I really like is that, at least with Crowder, you know, the homophobia has not been covert. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the clip show that Carlos Manza... Actually, I'll do one better. I'll actually just show you the Inside Edition report. Because, yeah, this is such a big deal that Inside Edition had a report on it.
This is what Mr. Gay Vox wants to do. Mr. Lispy Queer from Vox.
This is one of the many comments conservative YouTube host Steven Crowder has made about journalist Carlos Maza. Maza hosts a show called Strike Through that looks at politics and the media on Vox's YouTube channel. But for years, he says he's been mocked by Crowder for being gay and Hispanic.
The stuff he was saying had nothing to do with my political views. He was calling me a lispy queer and a sprite and a fairy, and he called me a gay Mexican, and he would routinely make fun of the way that I spoke and just do gay impressions. He made kind of gruesome sexual comments about me.
Maza says he tried to deal with the abuse privately and flagged the videos to YouTube, but claims the company did nothing. So Maza edited together some of the clips where Crowder mentioned him and tweeted it. YouTube has since released a lengthy statement saying that while, quote, individually the flagged videos did not violate our community guidelines, however, in the subsequent days, we saw the widespread harm to the YouTube community resulting from the ongoing pattern of egregious behavior, took a deeper look, and made the decision to suspend monetization. Quote, in order to be considered for reinstatement, all relevant issues with the channel need to be addressed, including any videos that violate our policies, as well as things like offensive merchandise, the statement read in part. Crowder has also been removed from the YouTube Partner Program. Crowder did not respond to InsideEdition.com's request for comment, but addressed YouTube's decision on his show. He said that his comments were harmless and he is a victim of forces that seek to silence him. Crowder says YouTube took down some of his videos as part of its broader crackdown on hateful and supremacist content, but believes what he said are jokes.
Keep in mind, for context, out of those thousands of videos, at least a few hundred are ours.
Yeah.
They didn't make a delineation between white supremacist and jokes.
For Maza, who said he's received death threats and had his personal information published online, the harassment and the threat of potential violence are all too real. Maza says allowing language like this will make LGBTQ people leave YouTube.
I hope that YouTube recognizes that the end result of this is not some happy medium. It's a place where only bullies operate. If the teacher never intervenes, the kids who are getting bullied at the playground will leave the playground, and that's what's happening to YouTube.
This is InsideEdition.com.
So as you heard in the clip, obviously, Carlos clearly had a very strong reason to kind of, you know, request YouTube to take down some of Crowder's content. Particularly, one of the insults that I recognized that really put this into perspective for me, because at first I thought it was just jokes, to be honest, was, you're getting a pass for being gay and being a bad journalist. And I was like, wow, that's fucked up, Crowder. Like, that's literally assault, making fun of someone because of their sexuality. But whatever, I wouldn't know nothing about that. This video's subpar. Anyways, my name is EmosHD. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and of course subscribe.